Easily I approach the microphone because this ain't no joke. Tell your mama to get off of my tip. I have no time to listen to her lip. You know, before I wanted to be a bad podcaster, I wanted to be a bad rapper.
You can still do it.
I still could, yeah. My rap name, it was Illegal.
Illegal? With the E?
Oh, with an E, yeah. Misspelled illegal, because rappers shouldn't be able to spell correctly, I don't think.
Right.
But yeah, that was the dream before this amazing dream.
Maybe you should get in contact with the Travis Thompson and Rich Brian. Rich Brian,
yeah. Get in contact with them. I think that while it was once the most amazing dream, I wanted to be the next Vanilla Ice. That I'm gonna move on. It's for the best.
Okay, so that's why you're doing podcasts now?
Yeah. So now we are the podcasting champions. So welcome in everybody to Audionots. And we're broadcasting on Breaker, Google Podcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So we got a few new places you can tune in and find us. If you want to check us out on the interwebs, the social medias are Audionots on Twitter and Facebook, and then Audionots Podcast on Instagram. So if you want to check us out there, we're there. We're super excited to have you in. And guess what, Ren?
What?
I have an idea for the huge amount of fans we have, because I've done some research and it turns out we have tens of fans.
Tens of fans. Oh my gosh.
And like any good fan group, like Lady Gaga has the Little Monsters.
Yeah.
What does Taylor Swift have? Swifties?
I don't know.
Yeah, like any good thing out there has like a name for their fan base, or their, in this case, listeners.
Like One Direction's The Directioners?
Is it really?
Something like that.
The Directioners?
Oh, something.
I know like Harry Potter people are what, like Potters? Wait.
Potterhead?
Potheads.
Potheads.
I'm going to go with that because that sounds awesome.
And Doctor Who is like, I call them the hooligans.
The hooligans?
But my wife's a big Doctor Who fan, so I think it's like the hooligans or something like that.
That's something sort of like that?
Yeah, hooligans?
Who something? Well, in that same vein,
okay.
I had, as I've told Rin before in the past, that I have some of my best thoughts while taking a shower. Wow. And so I was having a shower last night thinking about this broadcast we were going to do, and it came to me. It was so obvious. You're going to love this, I think. Okay. If you don't love it, make sure to tell me.
Okay.
I think that the listeners of this show,
the tens
of listeners, are the audio nuts.
Audio nuts.
They're nuts for audio.
I like it.
So,
okay.
Welcome in, audio nuts, to the third episode of Audionots, because we're not good at audio, but here we are anyways.
Yep. I'm
also not good at rapping, but that was fun too. And one of the things Ren and I were talking about right before we clicked on the microphone is if we should try to categorize a little bit better, make our each segment stand out a little bit more.
Yeah, like give like funny names to it too?
Yeah. So I kind of like how we've been starting out with a little television review or streaming services.
Yeah, it's been hot. A lot of hot takes with streaming services and shows.
Oh yeah, scorching hot takes. And so I was thinking that we would call this the healthy stream. And so let's start off today with the healthy stream.
Okay.
And I don't want to spend as much time as we did last episode talking about the Mandalorian. We gave him a solid 30 minutes.
It's probably because like we were so excited for the show, and then we finally watched episode 1, and that's all we could think about, right?
I was so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to talk about it maybe a few minutes of the last Mandalorian, because there was some pretty cool, continuation on that show.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
You loved it?
It was kind of like a, Papa Bear protecting his little cub sort of thing.
For sure.
Going on an adventure.
Yeah, and they've totally stayed with the whole kind of cowboy western theme too. Yeah. He's like the gruff cowboy rescuing a young baby. And so if you haven't watched the show yet, possible spoilers ahead. But yeah, Baby Yoda, he's taken over the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, I see him tweeted everywhere.
I hear like Baby Yoda. I hear Baby Yod.
Yod?
Yeah, Yod.
Hashtag Baby Yod.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited because the Baby Yoda was really resonated with my entire family. My wife, for instance, was super excited. We're getting ready to leave. In fact, this We're gonna have probably a 2-week delay in our podcast because I'm taking my family to Disneyland.
Yep.
Yeah, and so we're going to Disneyland. She really wanted to buy a Baby Yoda plush, and I don't know that from what I've read that even exists yet because they were keeping it such a secret that they didn't even tell the toy guys.
Yeah, because it was like such a spoiler alert if they did, right? Because they always release toys and it ruins a lot of movies like Marvel, you know?
Yeah.
Like you see like Captain America's little hand shield.
Right.
Dang it, we know.
How often have we seen Legos ruin a Marvel movie?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
I remember I'd never seen the Hulkbuster until I saw it in the Lego. Then all of a sudden it was in the movie.
Yeah, and I thought that there's one, the Hulkbuster toy, there's a scene in the little packaging where he was busting out of the Hulkbuster as Hulk.
Yeah.
But it didn't make it to the movie. Like, what happened?
Oh, they tricked us.
Yeah.
Maybe they're like, people are figuring out, let's give them some fake news.
I know.
Build it into our hot Lego sets.
So were you able to find a Baby Yoda?
No, Baby Yoda doesn't exist. I checked. I saw that John Favreau said that, just like you're saying, that they were trying really hard to keep the spoilers to real low key. And I've been looking, and there's some cute Yoda toys out there where they make almost like it's so cutesy that it almost looks like Baby Yoda. So I might go buy one of those and see if I can trick her into thinking that's Baby Yoda. I don't know.
Well, what if she's listening?
Well, we'll release it after I give her the toy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I hadn't thought that through. But yeah, so
wait, have you checked like Etsy and stuff? Maybe people made like handmade ones.
Yeah, no, that's probably the place. Right. See if somebody's like crocheted a Yoda.
Yeah. If you haven't done it, you should. That's money in the bank.
Oh yeah, because if they're not releasing it, now's the time to make it. Make your hot Yoda toys. You'll sell the daylights out of them.
Just make Yoda and say it's Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Who would know, right?
Who would know?
If you made it little and cute.
It's just got to be cutesy.
Yeah.
Like, what's that cutesy style that you like?
Chibi.
Chibi. Yeah.
You know, I'm a big anime guy, so.
Dude, I bet you if you Googled Chibi Yoda, it's Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
I bet you that exists.
Chibi Yoda.
Yeah, Chibi Yoda. Maybe that's his name. How funny would that be? Because we've never heard this Yoda named yet.
Yeah.
We're all just calling him Yoda. Like, you know? But what if his name was like Chibi?
Oh, you mean like in a show?
Yeah. It's a genius.
He's cute the whole time.
Yeah, he's just like, you're like, oh, does Chibi mean something in like a different language?
Maybe Japanese. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Maybe it means cute in Japanese.
Even the name sounds cute.
Wait,
Chibi.
kawaii means cute. I don't know. Maybe little and cute?
Little cute?
No, I don't know.
Kind of
we'll look it up, I guess.
We'll find it out.
Yeah.
You know, those are the kind of hot takes only the Audionots will bring you. We'll research it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so The Mandalorian, I thought it was great. I mean, it's another great episode. They didn't talk a ton in that episode.
No, it's more of like adventure. You know, they gave you more, because episode 1 ended on a cliffhanger of seeing Baby Yoda, and then this one is just him trying to get back to the ship.
Right. And I thought it was, man, like I said, I don't want to go blow by blow details this time, but yeah, I mean, just the way they did it was so much different, almost in tone from the first one, where they didn't talk a bunch. You just got to see the action kind of unfold.
Yeah.
And you see his connection with Baby Yoda, or Chibi as I like to call him, happening right in front of us. And it was cool. It was great. Yeah. I really enjoyed it.
And like the big reveal was that he's really force sensitive.
Like amazingly, right?
Yeah. And dude's a baby.
We were guessing that last time, because I re-listened to the podcast, and we were totally guessing it based on the floating crib thing, but I don't think that was even force related.
I know. I thought it was too.
Yeah. We're Audionots, the number one spot for fake news.
Yeah. Turns out it was just programmed to his little wrist thing, right? To Mando's wrist thing.
Yeah, apparently it was just something that the Mandalorian can control.
Yeah, because like when that rhino thing was charging at the baby crib, Mando like swipes his hand like he was using the force or something, you know, to move it.
He like tender? He tendered him. He swiped right.
Yeah.
On Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's it. It's gonna be a love connection, not like sexually, but he's just like the father figure for Baby Yoda.
But then Baby Yoda's older though.
Well, you know, it's one of those May November romances. I don't know.
Unless you know how Baby Yoda's 50, right? And that's like when episode 1 or 2 happened. So he's like the same age as Anakin.
Yeah. And
this takes place after episode 6. And turns out Mando's a clone.
He's a clone
of Jenga. So he's been this old too. I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, that's totally it. I mean, also, what if Baby Yoda is just like in dog years, and so you gotta divide it by 7? Yeah. And like, oh, okay, he's not that old.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of funny too. But yeah, so Mandalorian was great. There's a new episode coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Did you watch C?
Oh, actually, wait. Going back to Baby Yoda.
Oh,
did you notice when he got cut, Baby Yoda was like trying to heal him or something? Like he's reaching out his hand, let me heal you.
Oh yeah, and he wasn't having any part of it.
Yeah, and he's like, no, get back to your crib. And I was researching it, and they said that they never really showcase force healing before, but it's possible.
Yeah, because I don't think I've ever seen it either.
Yeah.
Force healing. You know, it reminded me, I've been watching this show on Netflix called Raising Dion. My mom recommended it to me. She really likes it. It's okay. I think that it's a little bit younger for younger kids maybe. But the Raising Dion kid has like a superpower that's just exactly force healing. Like he was like healing like this weird fox thing. I'm like, oh, because I actually saw that episode after I watched The Mandalorian.
Right.
And I was like, oh, that kid has force healing.
Yeah, because they introduce a lot of different types of force throughout the years, right? Like, you know, for example, Rey could touch something and she sees where it's been before, right. You know? And so there's a lot of ability beyond just, you know, forcing stuff around.
Well, I think that what we've learned is that Luke Skywalker was kind of shitty at the Force.
Yeah.
It took him forever to learn it. He didn't do half these things these other people are doing. I mean, it took him 3 whole movies to figure it out.
I mean, I don't even think he's done training. Like, when the Return of the Jedi, he wasn't even done training. Like, who the hell trained him?
Right, yeah, he never like learned, like Yoda was training him, but it took him forever to kind of get the hang of it.
Yeah.
And then like you said, Rey like instantly was able to like talk those stormtroopers out of. Oh, I hear a siren outside.
Oh.
We'll see if that comes out on the audio. If it is, this is real life. But
yeah, she was able to talk to the stormtroopers and making moves. Like like Obi-Wan, like these are not the bots you're looking for, you know?
Without ever having practiced it.
Yeah.
And then you saw like Luke took all this practice, and then we see Baby Yoda, who's just an infant in Yoda years apparently, and he can like stop a big ass rhino and have it float like in dead space.
Yeah. And one thing I learned too, that the cloning theory is back. If you look back to episode 1 where the doctor was trying to get, you know, Baby Yoda back alive, he was wearing a little patch that fans spotted that means that he was related to all the cloning doctors in episode 2 or something like that.
Really?
So he's like a cloning doctor.
Wow, okay. I missed all that. That's cool.
So what if like he wants Baby Yoda to get his DNA and they clone Rey out of the DNA? Oh man. We figured it out.
Oh my god. Wow, you heard it here first. That just blew my mind.
I just made it up. I don't know.
That's so good. Let's clarify that thought. So you're suggesting, with what might be the most exciting idea that I've heard in a bit, that they're trying to capture this baby Yoda to use it as use its DNA to create what ends up being Rey.
Yeah, because you know, the theory is that the Yoda species, right, are really high in the Force, right?
Midichlorians.
Yeah. And if you get that to make a clone, and that's Rey, right? I don't know.
That's awesome.
Because you always had that theory of that she was a clone of like Anakin or something.
We've talked about that theory on our own in the past, that maybe she was some sort of clone from Anakin.
Yeah.
Because she's turning out to be a gray Jedi. And I think Anakin in reality probably was a gray Jedi too, right?
Right.
He was pushed into the dark side.
Yeah.
But he had a lot of good still in him.
Right. That's kind of like what Kylo Ren's going through, like Ben Solo.
Maybe that's something they all like kind of like hover in that gray area before they, you know, finally choose which side they're going to be on.
Right. But we'll see. Stay tuned, I guess.
Dude, I love that. I love that theory.
Because it has to be some kind of clone, right?
Have we heard from the makers of the show whether or not the anything that happens in it is going to affect the upcoming movie? Because I saw some stuff too where they're saying the timing of it, like episodes. How many episodes did we say there was going to
be? 8 episodes.
The episode 7 happens right before the movie debuts,
right? And
then episode 8 comes out after it. Almost as if something that this show is giving us is going to affect the movie, and then come back so we're not spoiled by episode 8.
It has to be Palpatine, right? Because all of a sudden Palpatine's back. Like nobody knew that was coming.
Right.
And so is this like a pilot to how Palpatine
how he
back?
Survived?
Yeah. And then it's just gonna go, like you said, episode 7, the movie. Then we get why he's back.
Yeah.
And then they ended with like episode 8 or something.
I hope so. I think that's really cool because the one thing Disney has done, I feel like we're big Disney honks here promoting this giant corporation that doesn't need our help.
I know.
But they've done really well with the Marvel stuff is the continuity between everything. Everything kind of leads to something else.
It's all connected somehow. Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that they do that to at least some degree with all the Disney or the Star Wars stuff.
Right.
The TV shows, the movies, whatever it might be.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's great. That's cool. I love that theory. But yeah, I was going to ask you before we went into like the most amazing theory ever if you'd seen the newest episode of C.
Yeah, I'm all caught up. Episode 5, right?
I think, 5 episodes.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
What do you think? Do you think it's kind of evened out for me? Like episode 3 to me is still the pinnacle.
Yeah, because it was the badass fight scene.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then there was a pretty cool scene, episode 4 on the boat.
Right.
But episode 5 gave us some new information. Honestly, I don't even feel like we have to spoil anything. We'll just tell you there's lots of new information.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What do you feel about the show? I'm still intrigued enough to continue to watch it.
Yeah, I think episode 5 is kind of like giving you the layout of things that's going to happen sort of thing.
Story building, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they all of a sudden, we've been introduced to characters and they've given some of them a hard right. And so we're learning like, okay. And that's going to help move the story further down the line, I guess.
Right.
But I mean, how do you feel overall? I mean, is this still a show you're super into?
I mean,
like if, say, tomorrow your Apple service quit for some reason, would you even be sad?
No.
No, me neither.
No.
So it's funny that we talk about it. I talk about it because I think when I watch it, I find it fascinating how high quality the show is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a high quality show, and I enjoy watching it for that reason. And I like the concept is kind of bizarre, but the show itself is just meh.
I'm pretty sure at the end of the show, the season, they're going to say it was all film on an iPhone 11 Pro Max, you know?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Because they have that, like, you know, super focused, blurry background shot all the time, always, like, very focused on their face.
Yeah. Turns out the whole thing's just a giant iPhone commercial.
Yeah.
And they're like, now you can see. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You're on fire
today.
Man. You're killing it.
Must be the extra coffee, I guess.
Holy smokes. Oh, that's great. Well, moving on our healthy stream over to our friends over at Netflix. There was a show, I think it premiered at the very beginning of last year because it feels like it's been forever.
What show?
Lost in Space. Did you watch that?
Oh, I did. Yeah.
Lost in Space is a gem. I feel like it's one of these shows that kind of falls in our wheelhouse of things we like. It's sci-fi. It's kind of fun.
Out in space.
But it's a little bit more family oriented. Is maybe why it didn't get as much love.
It's a remake too, right?
It's a remake of like an old 50s show. Yeah. And they made a really crappy movie with Matt LeBlanc once.
Joey himself.
Yeah. He's like, whoa. Wait, that's the wrong Joey.
Wrong Joey.
I got my Joeys confused.
Joey from Friends.
I had Joey.
How you doing?
Yeah, Joey. How you doing? No, I was doing Joey from Blossom. That would have been a way worse Lost in Space show. But yeah, so they remade Lost in Space last season. I feel like it was super underrated. So if you guys out there, the Audionots, if you haven't watched Lost in Space, take a moment. It's a good watch. I enjoyed it.
I know, like for that show, the villain of the show, the lady, I hate her so much.
That's a good villain.
But I appreciate her because she's so good at acting.
Right. Yeah, that's like, Parker. Her name is Parker Posey, and she does such a good job of making you despise her. But that's the best kind of villain.
Yeah.
See, because you have to have some antagonist that's going to harass everybody as they're trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, they're going out of space. Like the situation they get into are so intense. You're like, oh my gosh. And there's robots. Yeah, the robot looks cool. Like this is the coolest version they've had of the robot so far. Yeah,
I think it's just called the Lost in Space robot. They didn't even give it a name.
Well, season 1, they're not even lost in space. They're lost on a planet, right?
Well, something happened without getting into like super detail where like almost like they got sucked in a black hole. Like the Earth has gone, like everything ever, the Earth has gone to crap. Yeah. And they're trying to migrate across the universe to some new planet that's supposedly better. Right. And they get sucked into like a black hole and end up kind of crash landing on some random planet that they don't know where they're at. Right. And
sounds like the beginning to Aliens.
Is that how Aliens started too?
Well, like Prometheus. Okay. The other ones, this is how it happened.
This is way less scarier.
Yeah, we found this new Earth-like thing. We go in there and then, wait, there's aliens.
I know. We're so excited to go to space, and clearly from the movie, space is going to kill us. Yeah. It's out to kill us. Yeah. But the show, it has, I think, really good actors. Like, it's got a young cast because, like I said, I think it's a family-oriented show. But the young actors are all pretty good.
Plus, you don't know who they are. Like, I haven't seen any of them in.
Yeah, they're all kind of unknowns.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. I don't like I'm so focused on, like Robert Pattinson being Batman. It's like, oh, that's just Robert Pattinson,
He's a vampire.
Yeah, he should be sparkly.
Yeah, the one of the guys in this show reminds me of Poe Dameron from Star Wars.
So much so.
Yeah. And I don't know who he is, but I just call him Poe Dameron.
He's a good actor, but he's totally putting off the Poe Dameron vibe.
And his best friend's a chicken.
Yes. It's so good.
This show is so underrated,
So underrated. Highly recommended. But what I was excited about is I saw on the calendar that it's coming out, season 2, on December 24th.
Oh, okay. So it'll be like a Christmas binge.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like stay up late, and I'm not waiting for Santa. I can stay up late and watch me some
family show.
Yeah,
the whole family can watch.
I think it's going to be another 8-episode arc. But from what we saw last season, it almost looked like they were going to escape. They finally figured out how to get away from this planet.
Yeah.
And then things go sideways again almost instantly, and then the episode ends.
I think season 1 starts being lost in space.
Yeah, and I think the approach they're taking versus the original 50s show or 60s show, where they were always kind of like zooming around, getting into adventures.
Yeah.
I think each season they get lost in a different area.
Right.
As they're trying to work their way back to where they're supposed to have been.
So like maybe get lost in like different planets.
Yeah, because that gives them a chance to interact with like new aliens, wildlife, whatever it might be.
Right.
So yeah, I'm super excited for Lost in Space. That's gonna be a good one.
Well, that's cool. I didn't even see the release date for that.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere because it's the most underrated show ever. It's like, get your shit together, Netflix. You're promoting all this other stuff, and this is a winner.
Yeah, and stop canceling good shows, man. Come on.
Yeah, like Santa Clarita Diet.
God, give us a finale.
They should do, because they did that to Kimmy Schmidt. I like Kimmy Schmidt. It was a funny show, and they canceled it right before the last one, and then they made a movie and gave us the last episode.
Yeah.
That's what they should do for Santa Clarita Diet.
Yeah, they did that with Sense8 too.
Did they?
2 seasons, and then they canceled it, no ending. But they came back, gave us a movie to end it.
I almost wonder at this point if it's a marketing technique.
I think so. To see if the people want it enough.
Right. It used to be that maybe they were just canceling it, and enough fans threw a big enough fit that they said, okay, we'll give it to you.
Because if fans are throwing fit, it means they're posting about it. They're promoting
free
it.
PR.
I get it.
Yeah, but zomcoms, those are one of my favorite categories. So, I think out of the zomcom world, that Santa Clarita Diet was one of the funniest. So well done.
Yeah, all the actors were good. Drew Barrymore's probably best work.
She's been killing it since E.T.
Yeah.
I mean, she's been around. But I think what always got me was the husband. His character's name was Joel, and he was just dumbfounded constantly about what was happening.
His face reaction makes the show.
Just talking about it right now, I swear to you, this is my promise. I'm gonna go back, start watching Santa Clarita Diet again,
and then you'll be sad there's no season 3.
I'll be sad all over again. Yeah, that was this real sad. It's funny to me that a show like that can't get renewed.
And it ended with a cliffhanger.
Right. God. All I can figure is either the actors weren't into it or it got too expensive, but if there wasn't an audience for it, I say shame on you, people, because you should have been watching Santa Clarita.
Yeah, probably the actors just wanted too much money.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, that's my favorite zomcom. Did you see, speaking of zomcoms and the streaming services, did you see Little Monsters on Hulu?
I did.
That's not a show. It's actually a movie. But it has Lupita. What's her last name?
I don't know.
She's an Academy Award winner. I feel like each episode of this Audionots thing, we mispronounce someone who doesn't deserve their name mispronounced.
And it has Olaf.
That's right. And he's a real douche.
Yeah, what's his name? Josh Gad?
Gad? Maybe with Noel? Josh Gad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Olaf, the guy that does the voice of the Olaf snowman.
Well, yeah, he plays this character that on a show that all the kids watch, right?
Yeah.
But turns out he's a total douche.
Total douche. Yeah, he's almost like a new version of Mr. Rogers. He's got a little puppet he talks to.
Yeah.
And it turns out, like you said, in real life, or not, real to the movie, he's like this D-bag that just likes to screw around with all the moms of the kids.
Yeah. All the single moms.
Yeah, that movie was cute. It wasn't scary. So if you're into zomcoms and you like your zombies with a heavy dose of comedy, what was kind of fun about that movie is it's got that almost British. It's almost like a European humor where it's real sly, kind of funny, but
and it has Star Wars.
That's right. I almost forgot. It does have Star Wars references.
Dude, Star Wars is like life-changing, right? Everything's related to it.
It all comes back to Star Wars.
Yeah, it always does.
Their Star Wars bit was really good too.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but yeah, it's pretty funny. So I recommend it. It's not scary at all. You can literally watch that with your kids. There's nothing really scary in Little Monsters. So that's pretty good. But I want to talk about, since we're in the streaming, we're still healthy streaming here, is Amazon Prime. Do you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I have all the major streaming services.
Did you watch season 1 of their greatest show, The Boys?
I did.
Man, that show is good. The Boys is so good, and I'm happy to say that they just released a teaser. Not really a trailer, but a teaser for season 2.
See, I saw a thumbnail of that, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't click on it. I was like, this is probably fake news. I'm not going to, click on it and watch it.
No, it was
real. Fan-made?
No, what? Well, I don't think so. If it was fan-made, it was really well fan-made. It was the randomest thing, too, because I came across it on Instagram, of all places. Normally, I don't see movie trailers there.
Yeah.
So I had that. You ever see how, a movie trailer on Instagram looks? It's like this weird square format. It's not the best way to watch them, for sure. But, the question is, when they don't really tell you, they started off, and it's not a trailer as much as it is like a small clip from the show, from the upcoming season. And it shows a young blonde-haired boy, and we're either to assume it's a young Homelander,
right,
or it's Homelander's son. And I don't know how we would know for sure, but whoever this kid is, he's a real evil dick.
Yeah, because at the end of season 1, they introduced his son.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. The Boys, to me, is probably it's by far Amazon Prime's best show.
Because it's great how they show how superheroes are really
Yeah, and if they turn them into marketing opportunities.
Yeah.
Because in real life, if someone had powers and we all just were cool with it, it would be like a giant gimmick. They would sell it more than anything.
Yeah.
And so they every time they save somebody, it's almost like a photo op type thing.
Yeah.
And they have their movies and their toy brands.
So they kind of made it really realistic in a way, right?
Yeah.
So if it really happens in real life, this is how they will be.
And the superheroes are all a bunch of ego douchebags.
Yeah. Like the airplane scene.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
That's a fantastic scene in that movie or that TV show. I really enjoyed it for sure. Speaking of superheroes, did you see what The Rock tweeted out?
Black Adam?
Yes,
I did.
What do you know? I've mentioned before that I'm more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy. What do you know about Black Adam? Is he a good guy or bad guy?
Well, I thought he was like the nemesis to Shazam.
Right. So is this in the Shazam world? Are we gonna see Shazam Part 2?
Well, I think so, because Shazam is the good version, and then Black Adam is the bad version.
Is it the exact same power? Is Black Adam also a little kid?
No. Because in Shazam, the main villain was overtaken by evil. Yeah, it's kind of like that, I think.
Okay, man, The Rock. I don't know Shazam from Adam, from Black Adam, but he looks the part.
Yeah,
I'm kind of shocked, honestly, that it's taken this long for The Rock to end up as a superhero.
I mean, he looks like a superhero.
Yeah, he's built. He's the biggest dude to ever walk the face of the earth.
But did you actually read what he posted though?
No,
Well, he said something how when he was young, he always wanted to be a superhero.
Yeah.
And he looked up to Superman. But then as he grew older, he couldn't relate to Superman because Superman is such a straight arrow.
Yeah.
That he couldn't,
So he realized that I'm not really the Superman type.
Yeah. And then he found Black Adam. And he said that Black Adam, it does justice his own way. And it relates to him more. So, and then he's calling Black Adam a superhero that brings justice its own way. So it's is he gonna make Black Adam a good guy or a dark hero or anti-hero? What's going on? I don't know.
That's totally what they're gonna do.
Right.
The Rock is so likable that it might be hard to make him a bad guy, overall, because he's just such a likable guy.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I saw it was Boss Logic or somebody actually got to do some of the actual movie artwork.
Yeah.
And Boss Logic. Anybody who hasn't following Boss Logic should give him a follow on the social medias. I'm sure you can just type in Boss Logic to pretty much anything and find him.
Yeah, he's easy to find.
He's kind of like the better version of us. He is super good at like photo manipulation.
Yeah.
So he layers the photos and can create all new artwork. I mean, we could probably do that, but he does it so on the regular.
Yeah, like for example, when The Mandalorian came out, and then he already had a poster of, Mandalorian mashup with
The Hangover.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one wasn't even that good. That was pretty funny. We could totally make that one.
Yeah, but like you said, the amount of time he has, the amount of time he does it, it's so fast and it's good,
Yeah, he's become kind of a pro at it. He's always making it. His artwork's great. So yeah, but I saw Boss Logic had made the Black Adam poster with one of my all-time favorite Marvel artists, Jim Lee.
Yeah.
And Jim Lee, I know you're not as big a comic book guy as I was as a kid. Jim Lee was my all-time favorite X-Men artist.
So he drew all the ones that we now know?
Yeah.
Well, I know.
I'm not, how like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and the older guys really became synonymous with creating these people?
Yeah.
I'm not really clear on who Jim Lee may or may not have created, but his artistic style was so good.
Right.
So good. So, because like someone like, I'm going to get real comic nerdy for a second. Why not? It's my podcast.
Yeah,
well, so there was, when I was a kid, there was a handful of like major artists. It was Rob Liefeld, and Rob Liefeld was famous for drawing. He started with Spider-Man, and then he did I think he did X-Men, X Factor, and then he started his own thing called Young Blood. But every time, like when Rob Liefeld created Deadpool, and he also created Cable when he was doing X-Men. He created that character. But Rob Liefeld's characters were hilarious looking. He's not a great artist. They were all real giant and bulbous and anatomically incorrect. There was nothing right about the way he drew.
Big shoulders, big arms.
Yeah, huge. I mean, you would laugh. Like, that's another thing, we're always telling everybody to check things out on the Googles. Look up Rob Liefeld Captain America art. It's freaking hilarious. He drew Captain America so thick. He looks like he's got Dolly Parton boobs. It's amazing.
Does he look like Johnny Bravo?
Yes. Yeah. But less angular. So like Johnny Bravo was more angular.
Yeah.
These guys were real, like just almost
like
fat buff.
Like no leg days?
Yeah, no leg days. In fact, he was famous for not being able to draw feet.
Oh,
and so
that's probably why.
Yeah, you should look at it. I'll break out the comics one day. But yeah, he never drew the feet. He had a hard time drawing feet. So he just drew these giant men. So Rob Liefeld and his giant characters were really popular when I was young. And then Todd McFarlane, who actually, I'm not sure if he's a Portland native or if he just moved to Portland. He created Spawn.
Yeah. He
was probably one of the all-time best Spider-Man artists. His Spider-Man was fantastic. I mean, it was great. He was really popular, but as far as creating a character, I think he was really only known for creating Spawn.
Right.
But Jim Lee, he was not as popular as those two, but he should have been because his art was great. His run on X-Men was one of my all-time favorites, and so Jim Lee and Boss Logic created this Black Adam poster, and it's a legitimate to the movie, like officially licensed poster, and it looks awesome. I think it's really cool.
I'm gonna look at some Jim Lee artwork right now.
Yeah, look up Jim Lee. You'll like it. And so since we're talking about DC, which as I've said before isn't my favorite, you like DC though. You're a big DC guy.
Yeah, I like DC. Oh yeah. So this is kind of like the animated series that I watched in the 90s.
Okay, so the animated X-Men you watched was probably based on Jim Lee, huh?
Yeah, because they look exactly how I imagined them.
Yeah. Jim Lee was fantastic.
Okay, DC.
So as the DC guy, have you seen Joker yet?
No, sadly. My wife, she doesn't want to see it, so I can't go watch it. And it's been out so long that I might just
gonna wait
on Redbox.
Yeah, here's my hot take on the Joker. I don't even really want to talk about the Joker that much. As I've been said before, I'm very biased towards DC.
Yeah. And
the Joker is an extremely well-made movie. It's well-made. It should win some awards. I think Joaquin Phoenix should win an award. I think the acting's amazing. I think the way they produced and directed the movie is great. It just doesn't feel like a comic book movie, though, and that kind of bothered me. I know a lot of people were really excited that they were able to kind of go in that direction, and I like that to some degree. Like, I liked Logan because it was kind of an adult version.
Yeah.
But I completely understand why so many people like the Joker, but I didn't. I mean, it was okay. Once was
that's a hot take.
Yeah, that's the hot take. Joker was fine, but it's not my favorite by any means. I thought that it was almost because they produced and acted it so well, it was almost too cringy.
It's too good.
Yeah, like the guy's such a gross jerk that like I just kind of felt like I don't like being around this guy.
Yeah.
And so I get why people like it, but I wasn't so sold on it. But when I was reading, it was funny. Yesterday morning, the hot Joker news came out that Todd Phillips, the director, and I think he's kind of more of an indie film guy than he is a comic book guy. Anyways, That's why the movie had that tone.
Well, we talked about that last time where.
He's agreed, or it's funny, yesterday morning he agreed, or supposedly, according to the internets, he had agreed to do Joker Part 2. And I got real excited because he said, if I was going to do it, it has to have a good story, and it has to I want to introduce another villain. And then I started thinking, what would be the other villain? Like in the DC world, who are the biggest villains?
Like in the Batman world?
Well, in DC in general, because like in Marvel, the villains could often jump comics. Like you would have Kingpin, he would fight Daredevil, but he would also fight Spider-Man. Yeah.
Oh, so like
what villain would it be normal for the Joker to run into?
Like Batman, Superman?
Well, they're
Lex
good.
Luthor?
Yeah, Lex Luthor maybe?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be kind of interesting.
I mean, you have all the Batman villains. You know, they all live in Gotham.
Yeah. I wonder what like real heavy dramatic actor would play Lex Luthor.
Jesse Eisenberg.
No, he's the Jared Leto in this situation. He's just gonna be butthurt and mad that they didn't include him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was trying to think. I'm like, who would it be? Like, so it's gonna be some sort of person that just recently won like an Academy Award or something for a movie none of us have ever watched.
Jason Statham. I'm just kidding.
A terrible actor. That's funny. I don't know. But as fast as the Joker 2 news came, and I don't know why I was excited because I wasn't thrilled by the first one, it went away. And so by the end of the evening, they're like, oh yeah, there's definitely not going to be a Joker 2.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Maybe they're just testing the waters, like.
To see what the fan base would say.
Yeah. And people were like, more like you, maybe.
Maybe. DC's definitely taken a different approach with their movies, whereas Marvel, we talked about earlier, was all about continuity.
Yeah, DC's more like one-offs.
Yeah, DC was less worried about continuity, and these films almost kind of stand on their own.
Yeah.
And so the one thing nice about that is you don't have to worry about how Joaquin Phoenix is going to fit in with
Twilight.
Sparkly Twilight, yeah. Because it would be weird.
Plus, ain't the time frame kind of off too? Like, Joker's super old in that movie.
Yeah, it'd be totally weird.
Yeah, little Bruce is still a little kid.
Yeah, it wouldn't add up at all. So it's definitely a standalone movie. The whole thing would be strange. But does that Batman, Twilight Batman, is he in the same world as the current Aquaman? Like, are they, even though Ben Affleck's moved on?
Oh, well, I'm not sure because, like, Aquaman's timeline, right? Because we can see in Batman that he's the older Batman, and just one scene where there's Robin's outfit, right?
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like in the future, and this Batman's kind of young, so it might be like way before that.
Maybe they'll just make like Aquaman shave. Like you need to look younger.
Yeah.
We need a younger Aquaman.
Get a little haircut, touch up, and he'll be young again.
He'll be good again. Good to go.
Because they can't, they make so much money. They can't not use Jason Momoa as Aquaman again,
Yeah, they have to, right?
Yeah.
He's a huge star. Like,
yeah.
I mean, he's in this silly sea show, but he's clearly Aquaman.
Yeah, he made Aquaman the movie. It hit the $1 billion mark.
Yeah.
It's.
Did you like Aquaman?
I like Aquaman.
I didn't really. Everybody's just like, this guy hates DC, and it's I don't hate DC, but I didn't really like Aquaman either. I think it's the tone of those types of movies I don't like as much, but I did agree that he was the perfect Aquaman.
Yeah.
So their casting was good with that one.
Maybe it's too goofy for you.
Maybe Marvel's made it so I feel like my superheroes need to feel a little bit more realistic.
Yeah.
I don't need a guy swimming around with jeans on and he's like talking to fish.
Yeah, the thing is, DC has a lot of that stuff, like really goofy. And all of a sudden, there's like magic users. Like, wait, What the hell?
Yeah, I think it's more of a me problem than a DC problem, because I think what it is I've aged out of comic books to some degree, but Marvel's kind of kept with my age group. They're like, okay, we'll just age it with you. Whereas DC's like, this is still for kids, dummy. We don't care if you like it.
Yeah. I mean, if like DC wanted to do like more rated R stuff,
yeah,
they should totally do Jason Todd storyline.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The second,
would he be like Red Hood or
what? Yeah. So it'd be the second Batman. I mean, not Batman. Second Robin.
Right.
And he gets killed by the Joker.
Yeah.
And then he gets put into like the Lazarus pit, and he comes back like just evil, you know?
Yeah.
But he's still like kind of good in a way. And he becomes
another anti-hero.
Yeah, he becomes Red Hood, and he's not afraid to kill. And if that becomes like a rated R movie, man, that'd be good.
That would be good.
Right.
All right, we're pitching the Red Hood movie. Who would be a good Jason Todd? What age would that be? Would he be?
Well, he has to be younger than Dick Grayson, so
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean?
The first Robin.
Yeah, I know, but like,
so the first Robin,
age-wise, what would that mean?
First Robin becomes Nightwing, right?
Okay.
So let's say he's in his mid-20s or late 20s. Okay. So probably early 20s.
So Red Hood is late teens, early 20s?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could be like there might be some current TV stars that would work out. I feel like some of the best actors tend to come from television when they're younger like that.
Yeah. Maybe they'll do that in the HBO Max.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Because DC's all going over there, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're bringing all the DC cuts over there. Speaking of DC stuff, have you seen the internet freaking out about, we need the Snyder cut?
Oh, yeah. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like, we don't need that.
I don't know, but the internet thinks they need it. Even I saw some of the Marvel actors were asking, we need the Snyder cut.
Really?
Tell me, so, because I'm clearly not the DC guy, what does this mean? What's the Snyder cut all about?
Well, I think as far as I know, which I don't know anything, he basically set it up to where, you know, it becomes darker, and they introduce Darkseid or Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Justin Wheaton, is that his name? The director?
Joss Whedon. It's like Joss.
Yeah. He comes in like, I don't want to do Darkseid, right? Because maybe he wanted to expand the universe.
Sure,
too,
like you don't want to bring out your best villain in the first movie.
And then he just kind of like gave you
wherever the hell that was.
Yeah, like Darkseid's first lieutenant or something, you know?
Yeah, that was weird. So, are you telling me then that Zack Snyder filmed an entire movie that already has Darkseid in it?
Well, I don't know, because
we don't know.
He, when he was doing it, he had to quit the show because his daughter was sick.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah, and so I don't even know if he finished the movie or not, because I remember Joss had to come back and reshoot a lot of stuff.
Oh, interesting.
That's why you have the stash.
Oh, gate. Yeah, the weird mustache gate.
Yeah.
What else did Zack Snyder make for DC?
He made the Batman.
Oh, he did?
That Batman with...
the one where he has the weird glowing eyes?
Yeah.
God, I hate that movie. The eyes sound the worst.
Well, that's Batman versus Superman.
But is that the same Batman? Ben Affleck Batman.
Yeah.
So Zack Snyder, like the one Zack Snyder movie that I actually liked was 300.
Yeah. That's probably the only one I like too.
Well, it's because I think he introduced a new medium at the time. It was so different. It was the first movie that was based on like a comic or graphic novel that actually felt like a comic or graphic novel.
He probably started the whole thing.
Yeah, I think so. And so he's definitely an innovator, but he hasn't come out with any new tricks really since that. So I don't know why everybody's so excited about the Zack Snyder cut.
Well, maybe because they hated the Justice League so much they wanted...
Yeah, anything's better. Kind of like the way we hate the last Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
I want to see the Zack Snyder version of Star Wars.
Because, like, for example, he's set up to where, in Batman vs. Superman, Flash comes back.
Okay.
And he's like, you got to save Lois,
Yeah.
Or else the future becomes like, dystopian Earth again.
That's a shocker.
And so they just kind of like went off the script and did its own thing.
Whatever he wanted.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to appease the people. But, DC fans are kind of...
They're easily appeased.
Yeah.
They like all this other crap. All right, I'll lay off the DC fans because I can get into them. We kind of mean. I think this is the perfect opportunity to quick break, commercial break, and we'll be right back with our new segment called the News Jacuzzi.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Oh, it's going to be fun. All right, welcome back. Let's see what's bubbling up in the News Jacuzzi. I've been doing a little research trying to find only the best news stories. I don't want none of this CNN or Fox News, boring political garbage. No, thank you.
Is it recent?
My news?
Yeah.
Oh, it's only the hottest news.
Okay.
And so some of it's brand new, some of it might be a little bit old, but you probably haven't heard it. And if you had, you should feel lucky because you're going to get to hear it again because it's good. I want to start with probably a bigger one is you use Instagram, right?
Yeah.
I use Instagram. Not as much. I'm a kind of old fogey. But did you read, and I think it's true because my daughter told me that she's seen it start to happen, is they're removing the likes on Instagram?
I've been seeing that.
What's the purpose of this? Does anybody even know?
So how does, if you remove the likes, how would I know that people seeing my stuff?
And I think that's part of it. I think that a lot of us have become where, especially younger kids, they're influenced by how many likes they get. Their self-worth is almost created by like, okay, I took this photo. We see them doing this stuff, and they put a lot of effort into getting just the perfect picture, and it hurts. I think that they're not gonna know what to do with themselves if they can't see that 100 people like their photo.
Do they really need that validation?
They do. I think they do, and I don't know if this is Instagram trying to be a good guy, because this is a Zuckerberg thing. I don't think he gives a crap about us, but almost more so, I think that they're trying to cut down on Instagram influencers.
Really?
Yeah, because they have all these people that have basically turned Instagram into a business that doesn't help Instagram make more money.
Right, it's helping themselves make more money.
Right, and so by reducing, if you take away their visual likes, say I'm brand A, and I want to sell my hot widget. I got the hottest widget there is, and on Instagram there's 10 people that are kind of the market that I want. I want them to talk about my hot widget. It was really easy for me as brand A to look at them and say, oh, okay, I want this guy because he gets 10,000 likes on every photo he posts.
Yeah, so you got 10,000 eyes looking at it.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was really easy. The analytics were right there in front of everyone's face. And now how does the brand know who's worth the money? They don't.
Well, how like when you post your stories, you could see who's seen your stories.
Yeah.
Can you see who's seen your posts?
They're going to have to like find a workaround because...
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
They're going to charge you IG Premium.
Dude, I bet you're right.
Right?
Dude, you're on fire with the ideas today. I bet I never even considered that, but I bet you're absolutely right. Because my thought was thinking that they take away these likes, all we're going to do is a bunch of poor, broke-ass college kids are not going to be influencers anymore. Yeah. They're going to lose whatever money they were making.
No more sponsorships.
Yeah, no more free makeup, no more trips to, whatever island they were getting sent to tell everybody how great something was.
But if you sign up for, $10 a month, the likes are back.
Yeah, that's it. You nailed it. Story over. You figured it out. Holy smokes. I'm just going to tell you all my stories so you can figure them all out. So one of my next news stories is, I think this is amazing. So one of the things Ren and I both like is basketball, football, sports in general. We probably do a whole podcast just on sports.
Yeah, honestly. I'm more into like basketball and football.
What's your team?
We're like we said before, we're based in Oregon. So my team for basketball, Portland Trail Blazers.
Yeah, they suck.
Now right now, we just gotta figure this shit together.
I don't want to spend too much time talking about sports, but I have the greatest news story that is a sports news story.
Okay.
But I think it kind of bleeds into how amazing it is for the regular world. I think everybody's going to like it.
Okay.
So you know who James Harden is, I'm sure.
Yeah, the bearded one.
Yeah, the weird beard himself. Anybody who hasn't watched sports as much as we do, James Harden he's top 5, right?
Yeah.
He's probably the number 1 scorer in the NBA. He scores a ton of points.
I think he's number 1 shooting guard in the NBA.
He's a top 5 player for sure. Yeah. I mean, you can argue, people can get in arguments about who's better or whatever, but he plays for the Houston Rockets, and this guy on Reddit, because Reddit has all the best statistics and stories and things like this. So one of these guys on Reddit has way too much free time. It's pretty well known, and maybe not everybody out there knows this, but it's pretty well known that James Harden likes to frequent strip clubs.
Really?
Yeah, he likes the peeler joints, as they call them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And so James Harden is known not only to like strip clubs, but he goes to probably the more popular ones in every city that he plays. So there's a lot of teams. They fly around the United States, going to all the different games.
Yeah.
This guy did an analysis. He analyzed which cities that had basketball teams had the more popular strip clubs.
Okay.
And so it turns out that when he did the statistics, he took, city, let's just for random say, Dallas, New York, and Orlando have the best strip clubs.
Right.
Whenever he would play in Dallas, New York, or Orlando, his statistics would go down.
Really?
Yeah, and this guy was able to prove it beyond a doubt with all this straight up spreadsheet that every time he was in a city that had a top 10 peeler joint, that his production would fall by 22%.
Wow. So Jody Allen opened up a
right?
peeler joint right now.
Well, that's what I was thinking, because the first thing I thought is, well, Portland is full of strip clubs.
Yeah.
And how come he's always killing us? And it turns out that they're not rated as high, even though we have quantity, I guess, over quality.
Oh, no quality. Huh?
Yeah, we got the full nudes here in Oregon, that's something on its own. Apparently, they're all a bunch of Uggs. So, but isn't that the funniest thing you've ever heard? So James Harden's play is fully affected by how good the strip club is that he went to the night before.
Does it have a list of cities?
Yes. Yeah. It literally, they took all 28 NBA cities.
Yeah.
They did the research to find out what the top strip clubs were, and then they found out which cities were considered, out of those 28 cities, which ones had the best strip clubs.
Yeah.
And of those, 10 cities that had the best strip clubs, his averages all went down across the board.
So next time I watch Rockets versus Atlanta,
yeah,
he'll suck.
Right. And I think that is, we talked before, how we have legal gambling here in Oregon.
Yeah.
There's your bet. Every time the Rockets play in one of these top 10 strip club cities, bet on the other team.
Oh, yeah.
Because James Harden's not going to be able to bring, because I guess all I can assume is he's tired. He must just stay out all night long.
Yeah. I mean, he's, helping the masses.
Well, yeah, he's giving back to the community. He's getting all these kids through college.
Yeah.
That's what they always say.
Does he do like Darius Miles, who just goes in and drop?
Oh, I have no idea. We got a little backstory. One time, a friend of mine, we'll say, went into a very popular local strip club, and Darius Miles, who was a basketball player playing for the Portland Trailblazers at the time, he came into that place, and you can recognize these dudes from a mile away. And he's really tall, and so he rolls in this place, and he's got a stack, and I think they were 20s, maybe some 50s, I don't know. But imagine opening your hand as big as you can open it. That's the kind of stack of money he had. It was
like a hamburger.
Yeah, it was a brick of money. And he rolls in there. He rolls up to the big stage. There's 3 stages. He rolls. That's what my friend told me. He rolls up to the biggest stage, and he throws the entire stack. I mean, he throws it straight up in the air. He doesn't throw it on the ground. This guy's a pro. It's not his first rodeo. He throws this thing up and literally makes it rain. I mean, in $20, $50 bills, they're all coming down. There's only 2 girls on the stage at a time. The others quickly move over. He laughs, his crew, because he's got a whole posse with him.
Yeah.
They're all like, yeah. They turn around and walk out. They leave.
That's it?
They don't even stick around for all the goodness that it was.
Wow.
So I'm telling you, these guys are just charitable.
You think if you were a stripper and you're dancing on the other stage, would you kind of jump over to that stage and get some money and then come back?
I'm shit whipping a stiletto across the thing. I'm taking girls out. There's no way I'm not getting in on that.
Yeah.
Heck, I was close enough. Or my friend was, my friend was close enough. He almost grabbed some of the money.
Damn.
Yeah. So
easy for later.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you redistribute it.
Yeah.
Not stealing. Almost like Robin Hood. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a pretty good strip club story. But yeah, James Harden's just like Darius Miles in this situation. He's rolling around. He's spending late nights, and it's affecting his game though. So
yeah, I gotta see that list.
Yeah, look it up. It's on Reddit. So I'm sure if you went onto Reddit and did a James Harden search, you would find the spreadsheet that this guy put a lot of effort into. And to that man, I say, thank you. You are a hero.
Oh, by the way, Reddit has a lot of NSFW. So be careful.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, on your own time.
Yeah, on your own time. Speaking about not safe for work, my next story is pretty good too, because I'm all about the statistics. I like to inform the people. I think you're going to like this. So I'm actually going to pop out. I got to bring this one up again because it's so good. I almost forgot how amazing it was.
Okay.
But the Mirror.uk, it's a United Kingdom newspaper. They put out a survey, and they did this survey that found out that people who regularly masturbate are more likely to be managers So anyway, this story, it basically says that if you want to excel in your career, might be the time for some self-loving.
Okay. I might go home and, become a manager.
Yeah. Right? It's like, who knew that was the career to excellence? That's all you have to do. Yeah, so the survey was by a company called Univia, and it turned out that people who regularly masturbate are more likely to be managers at work. The survey took over 1,000 participants. I think they had 1,012 people were asked about their masturbation habits. And as a result, the people who masturbated at least once or more per week were more likely to excel at their workplace in almost every way. I'm thinking, this is incredible. I mean, this explains how I've gotten where I'm at. No, just
But what if you're married? Like,
well, I don't know. They don't really go into the fact. Maybe it's something about being a little selfish. I mean, maybe that's part of it. You know, I mean, yeah, one would assume that if you're being satisfied one way or another, that maybe you're more successful. But I don't know that that's what it's saying. Maybe this survey is saying, hey, listen, these people, they're getting satisfied, but they're self-satisfying.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the same mentality as a lot of management. I think it is with the people I've known in management.
Okay.
But yeah, they said they dove deeper into the results, and the researchers found that infrequent masturbators earned an average salary of $44,000, while those who masturbated at least once a week jumped all the way up to almost $48,000. So as you get $4,000, so basically you're getting paid an extra $4,000 for popping a few off.
Honey, I'm trying to get a raise here.
She's knocking on the door. She's like, you're like, I can't get. I'm working on my promotion.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it seems like it makes sense to me. But this is one of the best stories I'd seen in forever. And the fact that it was passed off as a news story is pretty great.
Where did you find this?
It's at The Mirror. And The Mirror, I don't know my United Kingdom newspapers that well. And so this could very well be like National Enquirer for all I know.
But is that just a study in Europe? Or is that,
Well, I might assume. I mean, that it was probably maybe Europeans are the only ones that get more management skills by masturbating. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's funny though, right?
It's very interesting.
Yeah, so that's one of my good news stories that I had for you that it kind of caught me off guard. I'm like, I've got to share this with everybody. Speaking of things that are like kind of hilarious, this next story is a little bit older, but I'm not sure everybody's heard about it. I know you have. So
have I?
Yeah, I think you have.
Okay.
So I ran into this a while back, and we saw it online, and it was this guy. He had posted a video. He was actually interviewed by a local news station, but he's got this movement called "Birds Aren't Real."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the "Birds Aren't Real" guy, he cracks me up because he's committed to this. A lot of people think that it's kind of a joke or
like he's faking it.
Yeah, like it's a comedy thing, like it's a skit or a bit. But the "Birds Aren't Real" guy actually has his own website. And I think that it is a bit. I think in the real world, that what he's trying to do is hawk some apparel.
Some merch.
He's got some merch. Yeah, he's got the swag going on. But it's so well done. He is so committed to it. And in the video, this guy, he somehow convinces his way onto like the local news.
It's because he made a billboard.
That's right.
Yeah.
You remember. That's right. Yeah, he had paid to have a billboard put up on like a main street that said "Birds Aren't Real."
Yeah.
And I went on this website and I read about it, and kind of what he was saying on the thing, because the newscasters thought he was joking too.
Yeah.
Like, this is a bit, right?
Yeah, they call him out on it.
He's like, he got real serious and offended. He's like, I'm kind of offended that you would even say that.
And he like spit out some stats to them.
Yeah. And he starts going through all this stuff about, are you kidding me? Birds haven't been real forever. And if you go to his website and dig through there's a lot of text. I mean, he's written a lot about it, which is pretty funny. But he goes on and on about how forever ago the government paid to eradicate all the birds.
Yeah.
For the most part. Even the government knew they couldn't get rid of all of them. But like 80 or 90% of all birds that are still around today are basically spy cameras.
Yeah.
And then they're filming us. And so his whole thing is that Big Brother is inside the birds. And all the birds that we think we're seeing are just cameras.
That's why when we talk about something, an ad comes up.
Right.
They're watching and listening.
It's why it makes me nervous to try to become a manager, because I might get filmed.
Oh, yeah. You see a bird, just close the window.
Yeah, close the window if the birds are peeking in. But I couldn't believe it. So, yeah, I recommend everybody go and check out the "Birds Aren't Real" website. maybe give him a couple bucks and buy some of his merch. It's pretty funny that it even exists.
Do you just search birds aren't real?
Yeah, literally. Okay. If you Google birds aren't real, I would start with, if I was interested in learning more about it, start with the video. The video is maybe 2-minute long news clip, and it's pretty funny. Yeah. And then if you still think it's funny, like I did, jump into the website because it's pretty good.
And maybe buy some of their merch.
Yeah, help the guy make a couple dollars. Yeah. Speaking of fake news, you see, we talked last, I think it was almost 2 podcasts ago now that we're going all the time. We talked about OK Boomer.
Yeah.
Fox News, or Fox, I guess they're not necessarily one and the same. The Fox Corporation just copyrighted the name OK Boomer for a television show. They don't even know what it's going to be about.
So can you say it?
You can say it, but you can't make a television show called OK Boomer now because Fox owns it. And they said they purchased the name. They own the name outright to use for an upcoming television series.
Yeah.
But they didn't have any clue. They were so intrigued by the term OK Boomer that they bought it right away. And they don't even know what it's going to be about. They said it's either going to be a half-hour comedy, an hour-long dramedy, or a talk show.
Please not a talk show.
I just thought it was so funny that this OK Boomer thing is instigated or elevated so quickly that it's going to be a TV show. And they don't even know. It reminds me, do you remember that guy that had a Twitter account that was shit my grandpa says or something like that?
Maybe, I don't know.
And they made a television show out of it.
Really?
Yeah, so there was a show, it was like Stupid as My Grandpa Says. And they literally made a show out of it on CBS starring Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner.
What the heck?
Yeah, so this isn't unprecedented for them to take a weird kind of internet thing and turn it into television. So I thought that was kind of interesting. The internet, though, it gives us so many unique things.
I think Fox heard our podcast and like, we got to get that.
Yeah, maybe we should have bought it first. We should have bought the domain name.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, we should know better at this point. If you ever, I would tell anybody who wants to make an easy, quick buck, the next time you hear something really trendy, jump on GoDaddy or Network Solutions or whoever you use and go buy that domain name, because that's money in the bank. Because if we were smart and we bought OK Boomer 2 weeks ago when we first heard it, we could have sold that over to these guys for their television show. I mean, I bet you they'd give you $5,000, $10,000, $20,000.
So you got to talk to your daughter. What's the next
what's the next hot trend?
Yeah.
You got to tell us. She was telling me something the other day about, she said the term hot dog water. And I'm like, what? I couldn't even imagine what hot dog water is. Do you know what hot dog water is?
Like when you boil a hot dog?
Well, I mean, that's, the real version of what hot dog water.
How does she use it?
What's the Urban Dictionary?
Oh, I don't know.
So, my brain, when I go Urban Dictionary and hot dog water, I immediately went to something kind of gross and dirty. And it turns out it's not perverted by any means, but hot dog water is what the kids are calling the gross kind of water in those vape pens.
Oh, well, I don't know. I don't vape, so I want to know.
We know how the hot news recently has been that these vapes are killing people.
Yeah.
People's lungs are exploding. Yeah. Because, according to, and I get all my best knowledge from my teenage daughter, is they're buying black market.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's not really, obviously vaping's no good. Stay away from drugs, kids. Drugs are bad. But hot dog water is the junk, the black market vape. So we were talking about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, don't stay away from the vape, because she's that age group where she may be intrigued to try vape, but she doesn't seem interested in it. Yeah. And she goes, you know what their problem is they're smoking that hot dog water. So that's how you use it in terminology. So next time someone hits you with the, people's lungs are exploding from vaping, that vape life, say it's because they're smoking the hot dog water.
Hotdogwater.com. Go buy it right now.
Yeah, that's probably exists. And the one thing you might be careful of is, I would imagine that if it does already exist, hotdogwater.com might be something real gross. So don't open it at work. I don't know that for a fact, but it could very well be.
We'll have to go check it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as soon as we're done, I'm going to get into it. And then I just want to, maybe we can end on a few other things that the internet birthed, because I have a few good ones that I just wanted to talk about real quick because we're coming up on the season. It's almost Christmas time.
Yeah.
And I saw this last year, and I'm starting to see more of it this year. Have you heard of reindeer boobs?
Yeah, where they cut out the sweater so your boobs can be hanging.
Yeah, only one though.
Yeah,
only
to be part of the design.
Yeah, singular. Yeah. So, because our society is amazing, we've taken the ugly Christmas sweater to like another level.
Yeah.
And one of these things ladies are doing, and maybe I suppose it depends on how the man's built. He could probably go reindeer boob. Yeah. But from what I've seen, and it's not. I don't think it's considered a sexual thing at all. It's not usually like, ooh, look at that boob.
It's more jokey.
It's funny.
Yeah.
And so they're taking the ugly Christmas sweater and they're cutting a hole out for just one of the boobs.
Yeah.
And then they're putting like a red nose on the tip of their boob, and they're poking it out, and the rest of the sweater is decorated like their favorite reindeer, Rudolph.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've seen so much of this. Like I saw a little bit of it last year. There was, a handful of them. It was starting out, but now that the trend has caught on and we're back into the season.
Wait, so you're saying there's more now?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So if you're into it, not at work for sure, but if you're at home listening to the podcast, and I mean, if that's the kind of thing you want to work on becoming a manager to, just check out the internet.
Yeah, go to Reddit, search up reindeer boob.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. Some of them are really, really funny.
And creative, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a real creative thing. It's amazing. Yeah. I love it.
So, speaking of Reddit, you said last podcast you were going to call that one musician guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Mark Ribulet or Ribulet or whatever his name is.
Did you call him?
I did. So, I learned that the phone number that he puts on there must be some sort of like Google number.
Yeah.
Because it's only active at certain times. So, I just randomly called during a lunch break, and I called and I was going to like give him our case on why we deserved our own song.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even able to leave a message. It just went like, beep, beep, this is unavailable. So what I'm assuming is he must flip it on during one of his live broadcasts.
Okay. So next time he's on, try calling him.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay more attention to when he's on.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to call him and see, or maybe I could, when he's on, you could put in your request through the Reddit itself. You can actually just type it in. And
I'm trying to get our theme song here.
That'd be amazing. Yeah. He could be like, I'm nuts for Audionots or something. I don't know. I don't want to write it for him. It's his own creative thing. Yeah. So no, I promised I would. I did try. I was highly unsuccessful.
Hey, you followed through.
Hey, it's the best I could do. And literally, I didn't follow through until just this afternoon. So I pretty much put it off to the last moment, but I did try.
You still did it.
I still tried. So I think that we're getting close to wrapping it up. I wanted to talk to you since we're going to have kind of a 2-week vacay here from the podcast real quick. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a favorite? What's your favorite meal at Thanksgiving?
Egg rolls.
For real?
No, I'm just kidding. But we like we said before, I'm Asian.
Yeah.
So we have the typical turkey, stuffing, all that stuff. But then we also have other Asian dishes to go along with it. Like sometimes there's chow mein.
That's awesome.
Sometimes there's egg rolls.
That's fantastic.
Sometimes there's salad rolls. It depends on whoever wants to bring, because we have a lot of family, so it's always like potluck.
And I think that's what's great about Thanksgiving is you can incorporate those different types of foods, and nobody's gonna care. It's just more delicious foods.
It's for us, it's a coming together, like family coming together and just having a good time eating together. It doesn't matter as long as we have turkey. We're good.
Yeah, that's great. So, what's your favorite traditional Thanksgiving meal, and what's your favorite Asian Thanksgiving meal?
I think for me, I love just mashed potatoes.
Really, the straight up mashed potatoes.
Straight up mashed potato, extra gravy.
Extra gravy.
And then the Asian stuff.
Yeah,
it depends. Like
what? Like you probably have Asian food anytime, right?
Yeah.
But what is it like on Thanksgiving? You're like, I like kind of having this on Thanksgiving.
Well, like,
are you dipping your egg roll in the mashed potatoes?
Sometimes, you drip it.
For real?
Yeah, it's good, but not during Thanksgiving. Like the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We, how you use the leftovers, right?
Oh, the leftovers are the best part.
Yeah, we wrap it up into the egg roll wrappers, and
for real.
Yeah, you make.
Do you fry them then?
Yeah, just kind of like deep fry them again.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So like, what would go in like a Thanksgiving egg roll?
Whatever you have left. You got turkey, stuffing.
You put your mashed potatoes in there.
Mashed potatoes in there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then you dip in gravy. It's good.
That's amazing.
Life changing, man. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm signing up for that.
I'm all about the fusion in food.
That's fantastic. I used to have a friend way back in the day that would turn everything into a burrito. Like, literally every meal he had the next day for lunch, he would make whatever it was burrito.
Yeah, so tortillas on hand all day.
Right, because it turns out you can wrap anything in a tortilla.
Yeah, same idea.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. I think my favorite, because we eat more traditional stuff, I guess I would break it up into the standard stuff that everybody has, and then sometimes the more like interesting things you don't get at every meal.
Yeah.
So I think I'm almost with you on the mashed potatoes, because I really do enjoy that too. But we do, last year I did a mashed potato ball. And so I balled it up and then put like a little like crispy crust on the outside and pan fried it.
Okay.
So you make the mashed potatoes ahead of time like normal.
Yeah.
You ball it up into I'm talking like a snowball type.
Okay.
Like this, I could throw it at you and kill you.
Oh, wow.
And then
baseball size.
Yeah. Then you roll it in like some panko crust.
Yeah.
And then throw that bad boy in a pan and pan fry it. And then you could, like my mashed potatoes, because they were going in the ball, I mixed in cheese.
Okay.
So they were like, it was probably the unhealthiest thing ever. It was the size of your hand, baseball size mashed potato ball that you would bite into, and it was creamy mashed potatoes with cheese. You could dip it in the gravy. It was fantastic.
Okay, I got another.
Let's hear it.
You could elevate that dish.
All right, next level.
You know how there's donut filling?
Okay.
Fill it up with gravy.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's oozing out.
That would be amazing. But I feel like the first bite, especially if it was hot, you just burn the daylights out of your chin. You're like, gravy got me.
So cool.
It was
maybe not like
idea.
not like hot gravy, just like
It'd have to be cold gravy.
Yeah.
That's funny. And then as far as like fancier foods, I thought I had one, but I'm not sure that I do. I think I'm just gonna stick with mashed potato balls. It's funny that we both chose mashed potatoes.
Because it's probably the only time of the year that I would eat it.
Yeah, we have mashed potatoes once in a while. We've been on this kind of low carb thing, so we don't eat a ton anymore. So I'm actually real excited. But yeah, turkey, like I like that because who eats turkey outside of Thanksgiving?
No.
I mean, maybe on a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like the deli turkey. It's not the same.
It's not like bird turkey.
Right. It's not the whole big ass bird.
Yeah.
But that's the best, right? When you're gonna do leftovers, to do that leftover turkey.
Yeah, it's always better the next day. For some reason.
Way better. And so like also another unhealthy thing I'll do with my turkey is I'll take white bread. Normally I never eat white bread because it's the absolute worst for you. Bread doesn't really look like that, right? And then I will put like half a pound of mayonnaise on it, both sides. I'll mayonnaise both sides of the bread, and then I put all the turkey in between. And that is super simple, super easy, but it's amazing. I love it.
So mayonnaise, turkey, bread.
That's it. It's a mayonnaise turkey bread sandwich.
You a pie guy?
I do. What's your favorite pie?
I'm not much of a pumpkin pie.
Really?
Like,
So you're not ever?
well, I could handle like one piece, and I'm good for the year.
Yeah.
I'm more like a Marionberry.
Marionberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. Pumpkin pie, I like pumpkin pie. I actually like it quite a bit. And I think the reason, though, I stay liking it is because I only have it once a year.
Yeah.
I think if you had pumpkin, like every time you're like, I feel like dessert, you were like in the middle of July having a piece of pumpkin pie, it'd be weird.
Yeah, I think I'm in a minority here. When, autumn comes, Starbucks is like,
All the
pumpkin spice season.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm good.
Pumpkin spice is for basic bitches. That's all I gotta say. But what's your favorite pie outside of, you said Marionberry?
Marionberry.
I think my favorite pie outside of pumpkin pie is, I had this apple crumble pie the other day that was amazing.
Yeah.
There's a pie place here locally that just makes killer pies. They have the apple crumble pie that's really good. And then they have a peach, like raspberry pie, I think. That's
peach raspberry?
It's like a combo.
Yeah.
But the key with any of those is like with pumpkin, I'm going only whipped cream. It's got to be whipped cream, and I'll put just as much whipped cream on it as I have pie.
Yeah.
It's like it's a heavy dose of whipped cream.
Yeah.
But when I go one of these other like hot pies, like the pumpkin or the peach, or the apple or the peach, I'm going vanilla ice cream.
Really?
You ever do that? You put the cold vanilla ice cream on top of the hot pie?
No.
It's amazing.
I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't.
You won't tolerate it?
No. Maybe next time I'll try to.
Yeah, you need to pop a lactate so you can try it one day because it's amazing.
Okay.
So yeah, that's great. I love it. So we're gonna wish everybody a very happy Turkey Day.
Yep.
I'm gonna go on vacay to the Disneylands and then off to San Diego. Means Wells
fun.
Vagina.
Have fun over there.
Thank you. And when we get back, we'll give you some hot takes. So goodbye and adios.
See ya.
Now might be the time for some self-loving.